when we had the reaction to the WhatsOnStage Awards like that and having a fan-voted category, I mean, that really means the world, because I think you just hope that all the work you're doing is responded to by people who are coming to see it, who are buying the tickets. And I think that's who it's for. Yeah. So, that really meant the world to me.
Well, hello there, Tom Hayden-Millward here for What's on Stage, and today we're at Wyndham's Theatre to meet the cast of the West End transfer of the acclaimed Donmar Warehouse production of Next to Normal. Stick with us, folks, it's going to be good.
Oh God, I can't tell you who I missed the most. I missed all of them. It's amazing to be back together. It's so rare, that an entire company of actors can come back for a transfer. And it wasn't, last week that we were at the Donmar, it was like 10 months ago. So I think it's a testament to the show and the writing and how deeply we all connected, that we were all just clamoring to be back together and bring the show to the West End.
Bringing the family back together and just being able to have our entire team on this production once again is like the biggest treat and like the biggest honor. And we all missed each other so much. We had this break of, everybody going off into life, and we've all brought more to the piece from having that time away, and getting to do it together again just makes it even more special.
It was something I was hoping for from the jump, but nothing is ever guaranteed in this business. So when we found out we were transferring to the West End, it was a thrill.
We all found out together, which is really lovely. So it was our second matinee. It was quite early in the process. And they had come to us and said, the aim is for us to do a West End transfer. They want to bring everybody back together. They wanted to keep everybody on board. So we all knew through most of the run that this was the aim, was to get back here together. We didn't know where we were going to be. When we found out it was the Wyndhams, I was so excited. I love this theater. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's the perfect house for us. I have a long-term obsession with the ceilings of West End houses because they're absolutely gorgeous. And this is one that I stare at every day as we come into this space.
Yeah, that was a really exciting thing, hearing that everybody was coming back. Yeah. And I remember on the group chat, Mike Longhurst just sent a picture of the interior of the Wyndham's Theatre and was like, this is where our new home's going to be. And I think of all the theatres in town, it sort of felt like really perfect for it. And none of us had really realised that would have been a really perfect home. So I'm really glad that it worked out that way.
Yeah. And I was very grateful that it was able to happen in the summer, because otherwise I would not have been able to join. I have 2 young kids and a husband with a career, and it just wouldn't have happened. So I'm so grateful that the timing worked out, and that we're here.
And it's just great to get on stage with people who you can trust. They're gonna, if you jump, they're going to catch you, and there's no rancor or blame or stuff. Nothing's perfect, so you just sort of you keep swimming around in the mess and see what happens. I think it's been more involved and challenging and interesting, adapting it for proscenium than maybe I'd anticipated. It's a beautifully proportioned theatre for the production. It fits it very, very well, but it is a completely different point of focus. But it just means that some of the mechanics of the show just doesn't work the way it used to. So you have to rethink. And then it's like once you start pulling on that thread and kind of going, oh well, now that means that. Oh, hang on a minute, I've got to rethink all of that bit as well. So suddenly everything's sort of up for grabs.
I also think there's this thing where oftentimes you do a play or a show, you think during the run, I really wish I'd had a chance to explore this thread, this new thing that I've discovered, and you don't really have the chance to ever explore those things. So to have the chance to come back into a rehearsal room and to rehearse again was so exciting, because you have everything that you built in the rehearsal period at the Donmar Warehouse, plus the run, plus the months afterwards, and then you're back in the room and you are able to ask those questions and to navigate those things, or to pull on those threads that you really wanted to pull on.
Yeah, it's been really interesting to revisit the show for this new space, because I think we all somewhat foolishly thought, we're just gonna, make sure the set fits and adjust our blocking slightly without having the VOM entrances and instead coming in from the side. But we being the ridiculous artists all of us are, and how brilliant Mike and Ann are, we went back in and reinvestigated different moments and different relationships and deepened things and sort of like fine-tuned things.
As I've said before, this is vocally, musically, this has not really been, this is not my wheelhouse up to this point. I've not sung stuff like this before. So over the Donmar, it was kind of a process of adapting vocally and bringing myself to the material. And that was a nice challenge and a process of change and a bit of risk as well, which I liked. And then after a break and coming back, I can already feel immediately that my whole relationship with the music is different from where it was last time. Like a lot of that work sort of already happened.
It's been really interesting to see how much has changed. What we found in our relationships, particularly with me and Jamie, with Diana and Dan, I think things have shifted in a really interesting way that makes sense for this version of the show and this moment in time. And I think we have the benefit of time together and time apart too, to sort of like think about our roles and think about these relationships. But we've also actually added quite a lot for Diana and Natalie and sort of made that thread, that connection, much deeper, so that right from the beginning of the show, you see where Diana and her daughter are not connecting. And I think when they do find their way to each other at the end of the show, it means even more now. So there's been a lot of fine-tuning that's been really exciting.
So my hope for the West End run of Next to Normal would be for as many people to come and see it as possible, to experience it. Come see it more than once if you can, because especially if you don't know it, come in blind if you're able to. The more people, friends and family who've come, I'm like, the less information you have, I think the more visceral of experience it allows to be. And once you see it once and you understand what's happening, to then watch it again is a whole new experience.
I hope people come and take a chance on a musical that they might not have bought tickets for if they were worried it might make them feel too much, or if they thought they wanted sort of a fun night out, because I think the show kind of delivers on all of those levels. It gives you the gut punches that you want from an emotional piece of theater, but it also gives you a lot of funny, a lot of joy, a lot of hope.
I think we all just want people to find the hope within this. I know we cover some really dark material and we go into the depths of some of the hardest struggles that a human being can go through, but I think by the end of our show, what we do try to bring is, please excuse the pun, light.
I hope everybody who wants to see the show can see the show, and I hope we scoop up some newbies along the way, and maybe change some minds about musical theatre as well. That'd be fun.
Next to Normal continues its West End run at Wyndham's Theatre through to the 21st of September 2024. As always, you can leave your thoughts about the show in the comments section down below, but please, for the love of Superboy and the Invisible Girl, keep it kind. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll see you next time for What's on Stage. Who did you miss the most? Come on.
Well, we have a very active group chat, so I think we couldn't really be that far away from each other.
It just means that mechanically, the geography of the production just...
We're going to have to wrap up in a couple of minutes so we can carry on technical rehearsals. Just giving everyone a couple of minutes heads up.
Final question for you, Jack. So if you think of the highlight of your entire journey, what is it? And then why is it winning the What's on Stage Award for best?
Oh my gosh. I mean,